know if everybody can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm assuming that is Mike White. Um,
It is.
yeah. Yeah, your voice is very distinctive. Good morning, guys. All right, I see Alec, I see Mike, I see Randy, I see Rufus, I see Manny, I see E-Trades. I hope you guys are doing really good. Let everybody know in the chat that we're here on YouTube. Obviously, I sent the link this morning. But sometimes people get confused, right? So um um if some of you guys can go in the chat, let everybody know we're on Zoom. Um we're gonna try to stick with Zoom moving forward so that there's little to no confusion around sharing charts and different stuff like that. So um we're creating levels together in real time, y'all. So we're gonna be creating these right here. It looks like we're currently creating a drop-based drop on the 1 minute chart. And now why we're creating these levels right here and right now is because we're going to be trading, or we're going to be looking specifically at today's price action because of the fact that we're currently in a range. Okay. So seeing the range here, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry here as far as how we're ranging and where we're ranging at, especially if we're looking at the 5 minute chart. Okay, 15 minute. All right, you can see that all of our price action is pretty much stuck in this area. So we're going to be looking at just creating our levels, basically just uh based off of, excuse me, based off of what we see from today's highs and just recent highs and recent lows, basically. So that's what we're creating right now. I'm creating a level right here, and I'm creating, well, that one's already there. So uh, this is what we're currently looking at. Okay. Right. All right. So these are the levels that we're looking at currently. I don't know if we have any news or anything today, but um, it looks like we're going to be throttling through these points for quite a while today. Right. Um, from where I'm sitting, what I see is yeah, see, you guys see us bouncing in these, you see us bouncing here. We'll probably touch the 9 right here. Okay, let me take that off. So we know our range is at least somewhat accurate. What I'm seeing here on the 15-minute chart is a double top, 1, 2. I'm not really counting this one because it looks like just a pop up, and wasn't really sustained. So, but even if so, we would just count it as a triple top, right? So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. Um, I want to see what the interaction is once we get to the 9 EMA. I mean the 50 EMA on this 15-minute chart. It looks like we're currently coming down. We're only 5 minutes into the market, so we're just watching the play for now. All right. We're picking below the 50 on the 50 on the 5 minute chart, but I mean, look at where we've been trending on this 50 EMA, right? It seems like every time we come below it, the next 5 minute candle looks to bring in some upward momentum. So don't be too thirsty to jump so quick on the downside, because the next candle might just prove that there's still support at the 50 EMA, right? So that's what we're currently looking at. I'm gonna go back to the 1 minute chart so we can kind of gauge what we see. So we did end up touching the 9 EMA on that candle, and then essentially just started coming down. Let's see what we get. All right, guys. Just as I stated, we would start to see some support at some point in time. Now there's still a chance that we could still keep going lower, but this is why we always wait for a retest before we go into anything, right? Because if we would have decided to grab puts down here, you'd have to survive all of this rally up to the upside. So our job now is just to simply wait for the market to settle so that we can find where we position ourselves. This is a clear area of support. So we're going to draw that price level. Looks like 52, 52.5. And we're just eyeballing it because obviously, you know, it's not necessarily a need to get that exact number. We just need to know what the area is. So let's just continue to wait to see how the market sets itself up for us. We're still staying at that level. Okay, well, it looks like it just tried to break down. Okay. We could wait a bit again. We're still arranging. All right. Now here's where we may start seeing some support. If we break down past this low down here, all bets are off, right? But we should start seeing some support at this level unless we start creating a new lower low. This is what we're looking at here. There seems to have been an uptrend. Let's see. So we had a bit of an uptrend, right? And it looks like we broke it, right? We connected this point, this point, this point, and this point, right? It looks like we broke to the downside. And if we go lower than here, yep, there we go. Still going low. This is a lot of volume to the downside. But this here is still a pivotal level. 52.49, 52.48 is a very pivotal level here because it's the following low. So if we break past that in another 5-minute candle, then we're really going to start sliding here. But just keep in mind, we're still within our range. This is another key level as well. What level is this? 52.42, I think, is another level. 52.42 is another level. All right, we got some strong buyers in that area, guys. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. This was a strong level. Look at all those buyers in there, guys. The only reason why we created that level though is because I looked over here on the left and saw that, hey, our last low, we're coming back to that level. So all of the buyers that were here, they're so interested in this level right here. That's why they popped in and said, hey, let's take it up. Okay. That's precision. That's sniper like entry right there. Entering right here. Okay. Entering right here once that next candle came up. That's a lot of points right there. We're going from 52.48 to 52.42 in just a minute candle. That's really good. That's really good. So that was a great call there with that support level. Um, let's look to see if there's any more areas that we should be interested in. It looks like just that 52.48. That 52.48 looks like a strong level, y'all. And it's holding it. Let's see if we can pop back upside. What I want to see us do is tag the 50 EMA, maybe on the 1 minute chart, and then wait to see the interaction. Wait to see if sellers still take it back down. That's my play for right now. That's what I want to see line up here. I want to get the best price possible on some puts. Okay. Now, do I get it? I'm not too sure. I mean, that's not how the market works, but this is a very high probability play up here. Okay. Down here was a high probability play for calls. Up here would be a high probability play for puts. All right. We're getting some buyers. We're peeking back into the previous support level. Let's see if we can hold it. We're still in this area. There it is. Ooh, that's a nice candle to the upside. Mm-hmm. Woo! That thing got smacked. Oh my goodness. That's what I like to see. So if we keep inching up, we can start seeing some more downward momentum. Let's see. I really like that. I like that rejection there. That lets me know that sellers are active in those areas. So now that gives me more confirmation about taking a put up here at this level. Also knowing the fact that what if it does go above my level, I could just set my stop and get out of there, take a small loss, and then look to reposition. It's not a big deal, guys. It's really not that big of a deal. Taking a loss is not that big of a deal, specifically because we know why we're losing. So when we know why we're losing, that lets us lose less, right? But if you don't know why you're losing, then you're just going to lose everything and not know why. And that's a terrible place to be in. We're trending to the upside again. I love this. I love this right here. I love this right here. My area of interest, it looks like 52.58 for puts. Um, the market's just gonna have to show me that it really wants downside if it's really gonna go after it. You know what I'm saying? So I like that area to grab puts. And if it peaks above, then hey, take a small loss, get out of there. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Because then it's like, okay, well, market, I guess you're just doing something different today, right? But we already had the analysis, so from there it's just about taking action and executing. I like this area right here to grab puts. Let's see if we can grab some. Let's see if it can touch my level. Mm. So this is really interesting because we could see it kind of hesitating in this area, right? We can see it kind of hesitating. So we want to make sure that we can see the potential downside here. This may still be a pivotal level to the downside. So we're gonna keep it right there, but we're just gonna keep notice of it. Mm, now we're seeing downside. Yeah. Now are we gonna peak below the 9 on the 1 minute chart? That's our next question. That's what we want to see here.
Order filled.
All right, let's see, guys. This 9 EMA is a strong support level. So if we break below it, then, and here's our trend line as well from earlier. So we may be able to reactivate it. Let's see if we can get some downside here, guys. Now, remember, our stop loss is above 52.57. Okay. So just keep that in mind.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, guys. That's some heavy downside right there. I love that. So, guys, if you took that up here, if we're able to take our puts up here in this supply area, then we could take the drops down here, guys. That's perfect execution. Oh my goodness, I love that. Now, if you don't have your levels set, then how do you even know how to take profit here, right? How do you know whether to get in or out in these areas? You wouldn't know, right? Now, again, this is still an area of interest, 52.58. If we touch that area again, this is seen as our area of supply. All right. I'm going to change this to red. Okay. So that looks like where we're going to start rejecting. It looks like I might have even got out early, which is okay. That's a nice H pattern, y'all. If I ever have seen one myself. Look at that. One, two, boom, three. Now, guess what, guys? If you're already in profit, this is where you need to start thinking about taking it because this level can still act as an area of support. Not only just that, we might start to create higher lows. Okay. So if even if you are in profit, make sure you start trailing it here. We may create a higher low here, guys. Be very stingy about those profits. Now, if we come up here again to the 9 EMA, this again would be a very great opportunity to look into more puts, into more downside, guys. Because think about it. If we try to rally up here and we don't create another new high on the next candle, that means it's just going to keep cascading to the downside, which is what we want if we're on the sell side. We don't need to be right forever. We just need to be right for a few seconds, for a few moments, for a few minutes at a time. That's all we're looking for on these moves. All right. So if we get in here, right here at the 9 EMA, looks like 52.53. Okay. That's going to give us an opportunity. Yep, here we go. Right here. Now, this is a pivotal level here. Again, we're right here at the trend line. Do we get some upward momentum from here or not? That's what we want to start seeing. I love that pop up there. We were able to get to, I don't even know what this is, 52.54. Okay. In this next candle, do we get above that or do we stay below it? That's what I want to know. Those are the questions I'm asking myself when I'm getting into these trades. Okay. Because it's very, very possible for us to go just continue to go back down to the downside. Let's pay attention here.
Order filled.
All right. We weren't able to get a newer high here, so we may be coming back down, but let's see. Let's just wait this one out. All right, we got the next candle. It opened red. We may try to tag our 9 EMA here. One thing we want to see for it, one thing we want to look out for, sorry, is this green candle. Is it gonna have a high that's higher than this one? Okay, if it does, we may be reversing directions. If not, we could keep coming back down. All right, this candle may have to achieve a new high than this high. This high right here is 52.54.25. Okay, we haven't seen it wick out at that area just yet, so let's wait it out and see. Now the reason for that is because we have very key areas of interest here, right? Very key areas of interest. Here's an area of interest up here, 52.57. All right. We were able to pop up past our previous candle. All right. Here's the reversal, guys. Let's see. But again, we still have a area of interest for sellers. So how do they respond at this level? That's a very, very interesting question. All right. This is what we need to know. This is how we enter into the market. All right. Because we could just be creating a downside channel just like that. Okay. I'm going to make this yellow because we just don't know yet. Make that yellow. Okay. Let's see. Again, this is still an area of interest up here. 52, 52, 56. Okay. So don't be surprised if we start seeing some downside. Here's another thing that may happen. We may tag the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA may form as support, and then we trend to the upside. Okay, so those are things we want to look out for. Let's not get caught up in any traps here. And let's pay attention to the body of the candles too, right? That's something to take notice of. All right, we're slipping and sliding over here in this area, so we're gonna have to see some sort of interaction here. Somebody's gonna have to take control at some point in time. We have a doji on the 5-minute chart. Some downward candles here. Let's see if we hold this 52.52 area or if it doesn't hold. Okay, here's buyers. Looks like we're breaking that trend line. But do we hold it? That's the question. We're coming up on 10 o'clock here. All right, 52.56 just hit. Let's see if we can keep going. All right, we're getting some sellers here at that area again. Those sellers are coming in heavy. They rejected that area again, y'all. They rejected that area again. Now, here's going to be a pivotal thing here. Do we hold the 9 EMA? So every candle is going to have to give us a different story. That's why you're hearing me going back and forth. All right, we hit the supply. What do we do here? All right, well, 9 EMA. Okay, 50. Like there's different things happening at the same time. So you want to make sure that you're making the right decisions in key moments. Okay. All right. What happens here? Downside again. The low on this candle is 5253.5. Okay. So we did achieve a lower low, but we didn't hold it. Now we're still hovering the 9 EMA. Now this could form a double top. Okay, 1, 2, right? We gave that area 2 tries. Let's see if we can get some downward momentum here based on that. I want to see us tag our trend line to the downside again. Okay, we're getting some momentum here with that. Let's see. Okay, we got another pop back up. So right now we're just ranging. We're ranging between 52.56 and 52. What's that? 52.56 and 52.53, I think. Yeah, 52.53. So let's see here. All right, we tag 52.56 again. We tag 52.56. What happens here? Does it bust through the range or does it get smacked down yet again? That's the question. All right. We're getting smacked down. That's a heavy smackdown, y'all. Ooh wee. All right. Let's see if we can open below the 9. We still have not opened below the 9. We still have not opened below the 9. So let's see what we get. Okay, there it is. We got something shaking now. All right. Now we're talking. All right. Brought it right back up, y'all. So it literally touched the trend line and the support level at the same time. What's that? 52.52 or 52.5? It tagged it twice. Now we did create a lower low. So that's something we should definitely be happy about, especially for us on the downside here. Okay. We did create a lower low. So that's something that we need to make sure that we stay in I guess just keep in mind, right? Ooh, this is so lovely. Let's see. Can we finish it out? This area is not an area I like trusting right here. What's this? What's this right here? What's this? 52.53? 52.53. I'm probably gonna set a trail right there at 52.53. Once we tag it, I want y'all to follow the gains from me because every time we hit that level, it seems like it keeps popping up. 52, 54 again. There's a okay. There's a pop up above the 9, but we're still hovering around it. Again, we're still ranging. So we need to get out of this range here. We just need to get out of it. Okay, there's downside. There's a downside, y'all. Okay, well, okay. Well, what's to come back up? This is crazy. All right, back down again, it seems. All right. Does it want to finish it this time, or is it just playing around? Let's I guess we're gonna have to figure that out. 400 SMAs of support right now. What's that? What's that, Justin? Woo! Nice downside. There you go. What's that level, Justin? Give us the level. All right, so now I'm just trailing my profits here. I'll just take it. Let's just get out. There we go. All right. Good stuff there, guys. That was a nice little pump here. And good exit. I like that. I like that. I feel good about that. Um, Thank you, Justin. 52.52 on the 1 minute. All right, so that's where we're at right here. I'm pretty sure I got out a bit early, but I'm okay with the idea of just taking your profits and getting out of there. Especially at areas where it looks like it's trying to bounce. All right. We have about 30 more minutes left. Let's prepare ourselves for the potential next move. What I'm looking for here is a pop up. I want some support at some point. Well, looks like it's too late here. 51.52. Oh man, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. Guys, please be stingy with your profits. Here's a level right here. Here's a level right here. Oh, Wasi. Woo! Just a few seconds late or early, rather. But hey, we all leave money on the table, and it's always better to leave green, guys. But that is a nice candle to the downside. I'm pretty sure there's support here. So this is what I was looking to do. Actually, I wanted to create an area of support right there because of the last candle. It looked like it tried to break below it, but support looks like it's trying to bring it back up top. All right. Never think you're ever too stingy for your profits, guys. Take your profits and get out of there. I promise you, it's just gonna be better for your mental health. Okay. Ask me why I know. 25 minutes left. Um, for the first hour of the market. This is what I wanted, guys. I want us to get up back up here to 52.53. So if we touch 50, because that's the level that we were struggling on. So if we tag that area, then we are now talking about that being our level of resistance rather than support. But I don't think it wants to get back there, guys. I don't know. Let's see. So we just created a new red line here. This line is 52.56. Okay. Let's see. I want to see a lot of buyers here. That's what I want to see right there. I want to see a whole lot of buyers. Yes. Bring them. They got rid of them that fast, y'all. Are you kidding me? We didn't even get time to enter. 52.53 is what I'm looking for. We tagged it for just a millisecond and then it just rushed back to the downside. I couldn't even set my order just now. All right, back to 52.52. What do we see? Still struggling. All right. We have a higher candle on the 1 minute chart. What do we see here? Downside. Okay. Pop back up. I want to see us hit 52.53. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Now it's time to make a decision. Decisions. Because we know we're not going to be up here for long. Uh, what do we see? 52, 53 was that area, guys. I missed my entry again. I literally just missed my entry again. I promise you I did. Um, my finger slipped. That's crazy. And it's just going now. All right, let's see. Next setup, guys. There's a trade every day. Let's see. That was the area I wanted though. That was definitely the area I wanted. That was the best. That was going to be the best entry, guys. You guys saw how happy I got seeing buyers. That's what you want to look for. You want to see nice green candles when you're getting into puts, guys. I promise you, it just feels so much better when you're in it on the other side because by the time they push it the direction you really want it to go, you're never gonna see red. That's my favorite part. See? Like if I got in when I told you guys I was supposed to, if my finger didn't slip, and that's just like a millisecond, guys. We touched that area for like a second, and I just the slip of a finger is like a couple thousand right now. Um, just that quick, guys. But you want to make sure you get in on those really healthy green candles when you're on the put side because, like I said, your sellers are gonna flush it back right down for you, and it just makes you feel better about life, just in general. All right, guys, here we have some buyer volume again. This area seems to be a really good area of support. So we're going to extend this area here. I'm going to extend it to the left. So this looks like a good area of support. Every time we come over here, it looks like our buyers want to have some fun. So we'll keep that there. This will be our area of demand. We'll call that the demand zone between these two these two green lines. Okay. All right. So here's where it gets interesting because now I was just about to say that. Now I am no longer on the put side. I'm no longer on the put side here. Why? Because we tried to break this level quite a few times and now we're at the bottom of where we would be grabbing calls. So that's why I would have grabbed calls right there. But again, things happen in literally a millisecond. You can't really time it that well. So um, but that was what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this is where it get interesting. Why? Because I feel like the puts had exhausted themselves. They should have created new lows here. They did not. Okay, they did not create new lows here. So it's only gonna go one other direction, guys, which is gonna be up. Okay, and everybody else sees it too. Because we're thinking here double top. We do get the double top action, but then we don't get the follow through of the H pattern. So because we don't get the H pattern, then we might try to tag a level of a new low, but then the buyers are going to fake you out by just pushing the needle up and pushing it higher. Okay. Now we're still ranging again. Here's our one level, here's our other level. Okay. Because we're ranging here, the 50 EMA is back in play. We tag the 50, and so the 50 is saying, okay, now you guys got to pay attention to me. If we get above the 50, that's where we take more calls. If we're still below the 50, we're still going to be grabbing puts, guys. So every time we tag the 50, I'm still put buys. That's until we get above the 50. Does anybody have any questions while we wait for a setup? We're still ranging here. We're above the 50. I mean, we're above the 9 right now. But does anybody have any questions for me? Right. I guess not. So we're still here above the 9. Ooh wee. Man, oh man. That would have been a nice candle to get, but that's a 1 minute candle, guys. You can't really time that all the time. But you can put yourself in the right position. Here's where we might start seeing our volume decrease because of the range. Okay. We have about 20 minutes left. This is where we'll start to see volume come down. So we're gonna want to take a peek at that. All right, so now we're at the 50 again. I would take puts here. I would. I would definitely take puts here. Um, we haven't been in this area in a while. And if we get a pop up, we literally just get out the play. Okay, but we went as high as what? What high is this? 52.56. The high of this candle is 52.56, okay? And we'll probably hit 52.54 in the same candle, okay? Actually, we did. We hit 53, 52.53, actually 75. So this candle at the height would have given us 2 to 3 points, okay? Take that off. Okay. I think I'm okay with today's price action, at least, well, not today's price action. I think I'm okay with today's results. I took two quick trades. Um, we left green on both trades. Um, and I'm not the most patient person when it comes to watching the market set up. I like to get the alerts. I like to be in the action. If you're that type of person, if you're not the type that wants to watch the market all day, ooh, that's a nice drop. Again, that area, that was a nice area, guys. Getting in on that pop up, I'm telling you, that's your secret sauce right there. You get in on a nice healthy green candle on a downtrend, you have the force with you. Like you got the FBI. Like up here is the FBI, the CIA, like you got the Joint Task Force, you got the Navy SEAL. They're all ready to take you to the downside with you because it's still a downtrend. Okay. I'm not sure who the buyers are in this area, but like because of us being still underneath the 50, any long pop-up on a on a 1 minute chart, any steep upside here is like green area for puts. It's like it's just so perfect. I don't even really know how else to describe it. Okay. It's like poetry. It's like a symphony. Okay. It's like, I don't know, it's like Mozart. Like it's just beautiful, you know? You guys ever go to like a nice like botanical garden and just go there and just watch flowers and just look at the flowers bloom? That's just how beautiful it is to get puts in this area. Okay. Because nobody's gonna take you to the upside here as long as we hold the 50 EMA. Right. We're still ranging, guys. If I'm taking any positions, I'm taking them near the 50 up here, or I'm taking them in this area down here. If we get in this area and we don't break through, I'm still taking calls. If we're up here and we don't get a push above, I'm still put bias. It's really just that simple. It's just a law of averages, guys. That's all. Barbara Jordan, how does volume come into play when trading? We need volume so that we could have convincing moves on some of the trends that we trade. Okay, so volume is always necessary. If there's no volume, then there's no trade. Okay. Rufus says looks like a head and shoulders on 5 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute. Um, hmm. Oh, you know what? I think I see what Rufus is talking about. If he's talking about shoulder, head, shoulder, then yes, I definitely could see that. Rufus, confirm if that's what you're talking about. Now, this is pre-market price action, but I mean it'll still be very pivotal to put that into play. I mean, this level is active anyway. Oh, that's a nice pop up there. This level is active anyway, especially when we extend it to the left. So um it could very well do that, or we could open above and pop above, right? Okay, Rufus says yeah. So yeah, this would be the shoulder, head, and then the shoulder. Okay. So if this is truly a head and shoulders, as Rufus mentioned, then what we would need to not see is what's this level? 52.56, 52.57. We wouldn't be able to, we shouldn't. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Look at that dump there. Let me see that 1 minute. Oh Lord. Yeah, they took that down. Yeah, guys, again, it's not really rocket science. If we're gonna get a strong push on that 50 and they don't open the next candle above it, they're going to flush it. That's I just finished saying that's like a symphony. That's like artwork. That's like the Mona Lisa right there. Okay? This is such a beautiful area to grab puts. Oh my gosh. Look at how long these stems are, these wicks are. Like that's what you want to see. Okay? So this is these are high probability plays right here. And the reason why is because we are following the trend. We're not doing anything else but following the trend. Now, here's something to look at. No, we might start getting upward momentum again. Let me show you why. Because we're creating higher lows. At least while I was saying it, we were. This is what it would look like. Now, if we break below this again, then obviously we're creating lower lows again. But um we may start trending here. This may activate as a heavy support level, and you see another pop up to the upside. Once that happens, this 50 is invalidated. We would start looking to see calls to the upside. Okay. We're only grabbing puts here because we see downside, a downward trend. Watch this candle right here. Watch this. Watch this. All right. We're at the 50. Once we pass through the 50, guys, you're not thinking puts no more. And that's why I said new facts bring new opinions. I don't foresee us continuing cascading to the downside anymore. We already talked about the idea of us switching sides. Now the momentum has shifted. This next 1 minute candle is going to tell you because it's potentially going to open above the 50. If you look at our past history here, we touched the 50. Did we open above it again? No. We touched the 50. Did we open above it again? No. We touched the 50. Did we open above it? No. We touched the 50. Did we open above it? No. So every time we do that, what that's telling me, that's why I keep telling you guys that's Mozart. That's the poetry. Okay? Because if we don't open above that area, and we're still doing it again. Okay? If we don't open above that, we still have high probability plays. Now, for what it's worth, I still wouldn't have grabbed the put here just because of the fact that we were bouncing off of this level. Okay? But I wouldn't say it would have been a high probability play, but it would have at least been a good risk to reward to still grab puts here. Okay, it's not a bad idea. It's just it would probably be last minute. Okay, because looking at what's happening right here, anything could occur at this moment. All right, but at the end of the day, the principle still stays the same. The trend is your friend. Along the way, we looked at each time we touched that 50, and it continued to do what we saw it doing. I'm just pointing out, I'm just looking at the chart and piecing it together. And I'm trying to get you guys to understand how to also piece it together for yourself. Okay? Because I'm not saying anything that you guys don't understand. You could see a stem, you could see I keep saying a stem because I was gardening earlier. You could see a wick here, okay? And you don't see a wick above it on the next candle. You can see a wick here, you don't see a wick above it on the next candle. You see a wick here, you don't see it above it on the next candle. If you could just identify just that, that's going to make you a master trader. Because while people are thinking calls all the way up here, you're licking your chops because you're saying, I'm grabbing puts. Because last time we touched the 50, it went down. So that's what you're telling yourself. That sets you apart. Just that strategy alone can make you tons of money in the market. Just that strategy alone. Okay. This is what I was talking about earlier. We were creating what? Higher lows. This is where a reversal would potentially occur. This is why I wouldn't necessarily grab a put over here. I wouldn't grab a put. Okay. And we're squeezing. Look at the 50 EMA and the 9 EMA touching each other. Buyers like this level here. So they want to take it up. We opened above the 50 for the first time. Now getting downside momentum here. This is a great area to buy calls. This is an amazing area to buy calls. 52, 54, anywhere like that, you take your calls and you take it to the upside because now we have buyers stepping in to change the trend. Don't be surprised if you see a long candle to the upside in just a couple minutes, seconds, whatever. Okay. This is a great area for calls right here. We're above the 50 and we're above the 9, but we have downside momentum, or at least some downside volume on this candle. If we're getting calls, then we want to get in calls on a red candle, but on an uptrend. Okay. We want to get in a red candle, but we want to get in on an uptrend. 52, 54. That's a nice area to grab calls. Really, really nice area to grab calls. And you'll see why in just a second. Yeah. There you go. You're welcome. Are you not entertained? What an amazing, amazing bump right there. Now, if you're if you're an intelligent option sniper, then what you're thinking right now is doing what? Taking profit. Okay? Because why? You see that there's a clear level right here. What's this? 52.56.5, or let's say 52.7. Okay, right here, you're talking about taking profit already. Why? Because you entered at the best place possible. We talked about 52.54. 52.54 to 52.57, which is now 52.58 and counting. Okay, that's all you need. That is all you need for the day. If that's all you trade for the whole day, that's perfectly fine. Okay, high probability is all we're looking for. That's all we're looking for. I really love this. I really, really do. I really, really do, guys. I'm gonna be very vulnerable with you guys. Every single time we get on these calls and we see what's happening and the play plays out, it just boosts my confidence. Because I'm not just thinking of these things on my own. I'm saying these things out loud while how many people are here hearing me? 14 people, right? So it just makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. Now, this is me as already being a master trader, still learning and gleaning for more confidence on a day-to-day basis. So how much more you to seek the same thing, right? Seek to get that confidence, because that's going to allow you to be even much more profitable as a trader. Okay. That was a very high probability play that we just talked about just now. And look, it's still going. I wish I took it here. But I think I'm good with the profits for today. So I wasn't too thirsty. But I'm glad you guys were able to profit off of that. And it looks like we're breaking the range here. So this is what you're gonna want to do. Make sure you set your stops here. If we don't create a new high over here, we could come back down to the 9 EMA. Okay. We could come back down. And if we do, that means we're back in the range. We want to see lots of volume above this area or lots of volume below this area. That's what we want. Okay. Justin says, yes, sir. Love the assessment of the market. Absolutely, bro. Appreciate you, man. Absolutely. And thanks for everyone for joining the call today. This was a masterpiece. We got maybe at least 2 to 3 high probability moves. I do remember this move over here. Okay, getting in at this level of resistance. We got up here. I remember I think it was one of them over here somewhere. Okay, and then obviously this one right here, I think was the best trade right here. This was the best trade right here to me. And I didn't even take it. That's how you know there's a trade every day. And you guys heard me earlier talking about the idea of like, man, you miss your entry, but look, there's a trade every day. Always look to reposition. You can't get too upset about a move you missed, because there's still another move. Okay. We end up popping up above the 50. We got the resistance we were looking for. That's exactly what I wanted. And I told you guys, 52, 54, that's what we're looking for. And as soon as we tagged it, the buyer said, all right, guys, you ready for liftoff? And then we took off here. Okay. Now, here's where you would have taken your profit, right? But even if you didn't, guess what? We never ended up coming back down to this level anyway. So you wouldn't have ever got stopped out for taking a loss. Okay. So if you would have held on to your calls, you would have taken this all the way up here potentially. And then, all of this over here is just greed. Okay. All of that is just greed. But hey, knock yourself out. You got things right the first go around here. So, treat yourself to some cookies or some ice cream. Okay. But this is greed up here. All right. I love this. I love this price action right now. It's amazing. But again, this to me was my favorite play of the day. This very last one, grabbing those calls in that area. So great stuff, guys. Mike Houston says, easy wins today. Thanks, Wasi. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Rufus says, I made good money today. Yo, y'all just be using me, man. That's crazy. It's all good though. Listen, we're right here at 10:30. Obviously, we have a couple minutes to spare. So I'll give you guys your 3 minutes back. Today was a very, very great, insightful day. We were able to call out a lot of great things. As usual, we're going to be posting this on YouTube and then posting it in the Discord. So if you want to watch it back and try to get more of an understanding of how we accomplished everything, then make sure you go ahead and do that. Um, other than that, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, because that's really the only way we're going to grow. Okay. Um, and also share the video as well. All right. So, with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.